Let's put the spotlight on a discussion which has been a burning topic of sorts, because there has been this ongoing raging debate about how quick commerce is actually impacting the Kirana stores. There has been those antitrust kind of issues also that came up with the likes of Amazon, etc. So to put the spotlight on that, we have a battery of guests joining us on the show right now. Karan Taurani from Elara Securities, Dr. PM Ganeshram, the AICP DF member, as well as Hari Menon, CEO and co-founder at Big Basket, on the show with us. Hi gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you so much for making time and speaking with us. Karan, let's begin the discussion by asking you, because your report on Kirana versus quick commerce was the starting point for this discussion. What's your own channel check suggesting as to how both the ends are dealing with the kind of trends which are coming up?
Hi Nisha, good afternoon. So I think if you look at the trend right now, quick commerce is really gaining market share at a very rapid pace. In fact, even e-commerce companies are taken by surprise, and maybe that is why you are seeing Amazon, Flipkart also wanting to come into quick commerce. So definitely, I think quick commerce is the future. But as of now, I think this business is only present in the top 10, 12 cities. How this business model scales up beyond the metro markets, how they move in terms of non-metros, what is the kind of throughput per store, what is the kind of economics, I think what is the kind of AOV that we get. I think that's going to be a key monitorable. But as of now, I think all things seem to be quite bright as far as the quick commerce business is concerned. In terms of Kirana stores, I think definitely there could be some potential disruption in terms of market share. So if you look at the market as a whole, in terms of the pre-COVID times, digital sales via e-commerce, because that time quick commerce was not present, was around 4 to 5% for larger FMCG companies. I think today we are approaching that number of 10 to 12% at a very rapid pace in terms of digital sales. And within that, quick commerce is gaining traction. So a large portion of this is coming at the cost of Kirana stores, because if you look at modern trade, even they are growing, but their growth rates are somewhere in the range of about 8 to 10% on a SSG basis broadly. But quick commerce is the one which is growing at 50, 60, 70%, on that low base. And if these things, continue to catch up, if this really scales up beyond the metro cities, quick commerce could spell severe threat, for the Kirana stores.
Getting Dr. Ganeshram also into the conversation. So, sir, firstly, to understand, I believe that the association is lobbying for implementing a minimum sales price going forward. But can you just tell us what has actually changed with quick commerce coming in? Because I believe earlier also there were DMart and Reliance Retail which used to offer significant discount compared to what the MRP was. And I believe they continue to remain the cheapest shopping destination for consumers. So what has changed actually after quick commerce coming in, and why is the association lobbying for minimum sales price?
See, with the coming of quick commerce, it is a terrible game changer. They give even 1 piece, 2 piece units, whatever a housewife asks, and in quick time, just 10 minutes. And also at nearly 45 to 50% predatory pricing. That is a major thing. Any consumer housewife who gets into quick commerce advantage will never want to move out and come to a shop for most of her needs. That is the major difficulty we are foreseeing into this. It is very difficult.
Right.
Whereas this DMart and people were enjoying only a business, they were going there looking forward to some items which are very at low cost.
Right, sir.
In quick commerce, whatever they need immediately, even if they want only one plant, and they place the order and they get it. And that too price. So there is a heavy predatory pricing that is going to affect the livelihood of small
Sir, but there are multiple reports which continue to suggest that DMart continues to offer the lowest price even when we compare with quick commerce or other online platforms. So I am actually not understanding what is that has changed. Quick commerce might offer 1+1 offer or something at a discount for some time, but that's not something that they have been doing every time. And even if someone orders one product itself, there's a delivery charge also that they have to pay on that. So why that push for minimum sales price? Because discounting was a trend that was followed earlier also by big companies as well.
Oh, see, in terms of quick commerce, if they want one, what 100 ml of curd, they get just one piece.
I'll
One
try.
milk packet they are getting, and the pricing also is low.
Sure, I
So
hear
I am
your
talking.
point. Sure, I hear your point. So let me actually get Mr. Hari Menon of Big Basket also into the conversation to get his side of the story. What do you make of these allegations regarding the predatory pricing and how quick commerce is harming the local Kirana stores?
Yeah, we don't ever believe in predatory pricing. We've never done it ever. We won't ever do it. We are not a great discounter. That's not what we've done in our lives. We don't believe in doing that either. But we create value. We work closely with our suppliers to make sure that we create good offers, good deals for our customers. But we haven't ever, and we will never get into crazy pricing and and discounting game. And you must also realize that as more and more of the business starts moving towards quick commerce, quick commerce is not easy to make money. You will make money, you certainly will make money and become profitable, provided you hold on to prices and hence not discount prices. And that's a very critical thing for quick commerce to start making money. So I don't think that's really going to be an issue, for us. The second thing is, I'm a strong believer that the kirana channel will continue to sustain globally. Actually, there have been no channels that have come and disrupted kiranas. It's an offering which is available to customers. They love it. They'll continue to love it. They'll continue to do things with kiranas that they can't do with with others. So I'm a strong believer of the fact that that business will continue to survive and continue to do well, and that's what we.
Okay, so Hari, they're definitely batting for coexistence. Karan, what's your take? He's talking about the value that they have created and the fact that globally we have seen that even in the emerging economies, the developed economies, there's a place for both. And it seems like a valid argument. What's your take, Karan?
Yeah, Anisha, I think I strongly agree with you that quick commerce is not a discounting game; it's a value-centric game. It is actually for certain impulse categories where you would want the product within 15 minutes. And if we've seen market leaders like Blinkit, they've also clearly defined that they don't want to go in the discounting game. We don't even foresee that Amazon, Flipkart will kind of do steep discounting as far as quick commerce is concerned. So I think definitely it's more value-centric, over discounting as the first thing. Secondly, of course, kiranas and quick commerce will coexist. There's no question about that. But it is just the sheer base. So if you look at the Kirana market today, I think they would have almost about 75-80% market share in terms of larger FMCG brands. Now, with quick commerce growing so rapidly and with Kiranas, kind of not being able to grow so rapidly, and maybe some stores, maybe, shutting down over a period of time, 3 to 4 years down the line, if at all quick commerce, scales up towards the non-metro cities, the share will come down. So coexistence definitely is going to be there. Kiranas will have the larger share for the next 3 to 5 years as well. But yes, there will be some pressure in terms of the sheer share that they operate because of the high base. Lastly, I think quick commerce as a proposition is not going to be extremely disruptive for now for the next 3 to 4 years, because quick commerce can only offer products for certain categories which are impulsive in nature. Like for example, in terms of wallet share, if you see, not more than 10 to 12% of customers' wallet today comes from quick commerce. A larger chunk would come from Kirana stores and from modern trade stores as well. So quick commerce will not, kind of have a severe negative impact for modern trade players. But yes, for Kirana stores, given the kind of sheer size, it is bound to have some negative impact over the near to medium term.
Karan, also, do you see a possibility of both Kirana stores and quick commerce coexisting? Like currently, if you see quick commerce have their own stores, so going ahead, they could use these Kirana stores as a dark store. Something that JioMart has also talked about, that they will partner with the Kirana stores to supply products going forward. Any possibilities of this happening going forward?
So I think the problem is that Dunzo had tried out this model wherein the Kirana stores could have kind of adopted to technology And yes, there could have been a way wherein, some aggregator app, could have tied up with all the Kirana stores, got the platform, got the inventory numbers and records, everything put together. And then, one could have ordered things online. But as I say, the market is heavily fragmented. I think we've got somewhere close to about 30 million, food-led Kirana stores today, which is FMCG-led. And it's going to be tough, for getting everybody into one platform. Plus, you have the distribution ecosystem, which you have to lobby with in terms of, who's going to take what share. And on top of it, it's the technology partner, be it a Geo or some other player, who would also want their share. So I think, user experience could be below par for this kind of proposition versus a quick commerce model where you have a control on dark store. In fact, dark stores are also going through the franchise route right now, but end of the day, it's about technology. It's about, the system being seamless and lean in terms of operations. Because if the franchisee is involved, with the larger player like a Blinkit or some other quick commerce name which is there, end of the day, the control in terms of last mile, control in terms of inventory is with one player, not with multiple players. So in the case of this aggregation with multiple Kirana stores, you'll have multiple parties involved and user experience can get hampered. And as I said, quick commerce is a user experience led game and not a discounting game.
That's a take coming in, but that's the big question, Mr. Ganeshram. I understand that you're talking about how the people are ordering single items also, etc. But quick commerce is solving a problem that the consumer had, and at the end of the day, consumer is the king. They are getting the best service out of quick commerce. It is now up to the Kirana stores to pull their socks up and perhaps better, provide better services.
No. See, the country should not look continuously at the consumer benefit also. Indirectly, the 8 crore traders are also consumers. And this quick commerce, the shop and street and Kirana store will not get business because whatever the consumer wants to go to that shop and buy is got on his door delivery in no time.
Yeah, but I hear your
it
side of the
cannot
story.
Coexist.
Okay, so your point is you can't coexist because they're getting a lot.
It will not coexist.
But
they
sir,
may say
but Mr. Ganeshram, can you back it up with some data in the sense, have you seen some closure of shops? Is there a data to prove that X number of shops have closed or there has been a loss of employment? Because if you look at the quick commerce industry, they have created employment, they are creating value for the consumer. So I'm just trying to understand if you have the data to back your argument as to it's leading to a correction in Kirana stores' sustainability.
No, it is too early to have a data or a closure because yes, a normal Kirana shopkeeper will not be able to assess whether he is making a profit or not. Yeah, unlike the corporate or a big standalone store, which are all computerized. So they will know where they stand. Whereas a small Kirana doesn't have these scopes. So they will shut shop once they are not able to pay. That is their indicator. When they are not able to buy from the supplier or pay the supplier on time, they will see that the supplies are not coming and they will have to close. It will happen. It will happen if this is allowed, like this uncontrolled predatory pricing. It will definitely happen. It will kill a lot of, at least 2.5 crore Kirana people in the country.
Right. Hari, I would bring you in also into this conversation, and I wanted to understand how is the competitive intensity when it comes to the quick commerce space itself. What is that Big Basket doing differently in this space? Is it the delivery? Is it the delivery fee, delivery time? How are you differentiating yourself?
Frankly, if you look at the way the businesses are right now, there isn't too much that you can do to differentiate. But however, let me bring you to one point. The market that we're operating in, which is largely the grocery market, it is so large. The total addressable market at what we call TAM is so big that I think it desperately needs more players to come in, otherwise the market won't grow. And I'm a strong believer of this, that if you want large markets like that to grow in a particular segment, then you need more players to come in because there's more noise made in the marketplace and the market starts growing. And we are actually seeing that when we were running it for the last 10, 12 years, it was growing at a certain pace. now with more players coming in, with new formats like quick commerce, etc., coming in, the market is opening up much, much faster. What used to be just 1% of this large, overall grocery market is now starting to become closer to 2 or 3%. And what I read and see that we're expecting it to become close to 10% in the next 7-8 years. And that is really large, and it needs multiple players to come into play. Now, from a differentiation standpoint, I think one of the things from a big basket standpoint is that, we've been around in this business for a long time, and we understand the supply chain so well. And so we end up being a very credible player from a trust perspective. We've been delivering, people have been, pretty happy with what we've been doing in terms of our order fill rates, our delivery timings, and our quality, etc., because we've spent a lot of time essentially.
Okay, gentlemen, as unfortunately out of time on this discussion, but thanks so much, Karan, Hari, as well as Mr. Dr. Ganesh Ram for joining us in this conversation.